Hello, everybody. This is my face. That was my chest. Go Bills. Yeah, is there any hypers in the chat? Nah, I'm just kidding. Welcome. This is the Digital Music Association Beat Cookup series. This week we are featuring Kamal. He is a fantastic singer. I believe he's the president of a gospel choir as well. Yeah, he came through and recorded a song with me that I made. And he wrote a chorus, wrote a hook, a verse, and a little bit of that. We're gonna get into the vocal mixing real quick, but before that, I'm gonna let Kamal introduce himself and talk to you guys a little bit about himself real quick.
Hey y'all, my name is Kamal Morales. I'm a 20-year-old double major. I'm music theater and public relations. I also am an artist. My artist name is K, the vocalist. I actually have a single releasing Friday, so all streaming platforms. It's called Shady, and I really gonna mess with it, so it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. K, the vocalist, Shady. Make sure you get on that.
Okay.
It's the most hype drop of the semester. It's gonna be fire. Sweet. So, real quick, I'm gonna let you guys hear this song full through before I do anything to it. It's just all gonna be raw. It's gonna be a little bit of vocal work, and then at the end, I won't forget this week. Last week, I messed up, and I said that I was gonna do a beat breakdown after I answered some questions in the comments, but I forgot. This week, I will not forget. I'll be sure to be giving you guys a little beat breakdown as well. About halfway through, we're gonna talk to Kamal again and try to decipher his lyrics, and he's gonna tell us the vibe that he kind of got from the song and what inspires him to write this kind of stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and here we go.
Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your. Let go of everything that pushes you out of your purpose, and let go of that voice that tells you're not enough. You fill the room with love. Nothing can stop when you just let it be. Everything else comes easy. When you just fall back. Ain't nothing compared to that. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your.
All right, yeah, that's that. Yes, Jason, that is fire. My brother's cracking me up. He's always hyping me up in chat, saying nodders. Oh yeah, that's nice. All right, yeah, I love you, bro. Cool. So what we're gonna do here first is take these. I forgot to name these. Go find your doubles. So yeah, Kamal gave me a lot of doubling. He is the stack king. He's got all these stacks on what he said. So for instance, we got what he's saying in the beginning, go find your peace, and then he stack it, and then he says peace, and then he stacked it, and then he's got this beautiful ending where he stacks all these doubles and stuff. So yeah, we have a lot of fun stuff to play around with here. Just for the sake of me being able to deal with all this audio, I'm gonna flatten everything. The point of this is that you can see there's all these takes on the right side here. We pretty much chose which take we're gonna use, so I'm just gonna flatten it and get rid of those so that I can draw in fades and stuff like that. So to start off, like always, what we're gonna do is dynamic processing before we do effect processing. So that way, when we do the effects, the dynamics are already set, and it'll make the vocals a lot tighter, and we won't really have to mess with those afterwards. The effects will be able to affect the clean audio without going through all the dynamic processing afterwards, so that we aren't affecting the wrong stuff. So real quick, we're going to start with the very beginning of the hook here with Go Find Your. And once we draw in once we set his dynamic processing on the studio rack, we should be able to just copy and paste it and move it over to the rest. The only thing that might be different is the verse and the pre-chorus here. We might have to tweak a few things. And then for other sections, like some of these doubles, maybe we'll have to change a few other aspects of it. Like instead of like, we'll have to treat them like ad-libs and make them sound like really tight, give them like a radio quality effect. But we'll decide that later on once we get these out here. I'm going to delete all these plugins called Audio Track. This is purely for while we're recording. We can just give Kamal a little bit of like an EQ cushion, just so that it sounds better coming back in his headphones. But yeah, we're gonna start with the Studio Rack plugin. Like I always say, I love this plugin because it keeps your channel strips really organized. It instead of loading up all these channel strips with plugins, you just put them all into here. And then, as always, you can just save the preset. So if Kamal ever comes back to work with me again, I'll have a preset for him ready to go, and I'll only need to change a few things on it. So we're going to start with an EQ, Q10, and then we'll do a compression pressure, and then we'll move on to the sibilance, the de-esser. That's in dynamics, right? Yep. Sibilance, and then maybe a gate. We'll have to figure that out later. Maybe a gate or a debreather. I think the gate will work nicely here. So yeah, so I'm gonna start with the Q10 and draw in a little EQ here, and we'll go from there. Please, gosh, I apologize. Logic just crashed. There's too much heat going on the screen. The song is too fire. I couldn't deal with it. So please stand by. I didn't even have to hit play. It just knew. It just knew I was about to press the play button, and it just too. This is good. This is too much gas. You are not allowed to possess this, and so it just quit on me. All right, there we go.
Go find your peace. Go find your, 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 go find your. Go find your, 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 go find your.
This is gonna be repeating a little bit. Just bear with me here. It's gonna be in your head. You guys are gonna know all the lyrics by the end of this.
Go find your, go find your. Go find your, 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 go.
All right, that's it for the EQ, I think. Maybe a little bit, a tiny little bump by like half a decibel in the very, very highs. We can come back to this as well. Let me just, yeah, I think that's good. Cool. So we'll move on to compression real quick.
Go find your.
My favorite compressor here is the CLA 76, which is a wave compressor, and it has two settings. It has the Blackie and the Bluey. I like using the Bluey for vocals and the Blackie for drums. I put these on every single one of my drums. All my presets, if you can see, they come with the CLA 76 on them already, all throughout the entire drum kit. So I really like this plugin, especially for vocals with the Bluey. And I like to use this male vocal preset, and then I'll just pull it back slightly and tweak it more with depending on the voice itself.
Go find your, 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 go find your.
Cool. So I'm gonna have to move on to the piece part because this has more S's in it. So since he's saying piece, I can't really set the de-esser with what he's saying. Go find your, because there's not really any S's. Maybe on the F a little bit. So I'm gonna copy this over to this piece part so that it's already there. And then I'm gonna set the sibilants, and then this studio rack will be our final one, and then I'll copy that over to the rest of them.
Go find your peace. 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 Go find your peace.
All right, the S's aren't that bad, which is pretty nice. I'm definitely gonna do a gate because there's a little bit of room noise in the background when he's not singing. So I'm gonna open up a gate here so that it'll cut all that out when he's not speaking.
Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. 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 Peace.
All right, that works pretty well actually. I'm gonna put this studio rack on this first one to see how that sounds. I might have to tweak with the gate a little bit.
Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your peace.
That's actually perfect. You can see it's closing right when he's done talking, and it works really well with the way that he layered these. So I'm gonna copy these over to the other doubles, hear them all together.
Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your peace.
All right, and now this magnificent ending here. We got all the way to here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome.
Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your. Go find your peace. Go find your.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna want to put like on all these harmonies, I'm gonna put like a bunch of doubles, or not doubles, sorry, a bunch of like reverb so that it sounds like full as hell and like super like angelic almost. Like I really like that ending part. So I'm just doing some light mixing with the faders here because as you can see, I consider this first one to be like the main vocal, and then the double I pull back just behind it, and then the same with this is the main one, the double is pulled back just behind it. this is the main, the double's pulled back, main, double, main, double. So it kind of just goes like that. That way, in the future, if I want to just affect the doubles, I can just grab the doubles and do something cool to them to make them sound unique throughout the song. So yeah, let me pull this, the dynamics all over to the verse now and see what these sound like. Yeah, that is a big chord. I told him, I know my brother would appreciate this. I told Kamal that he was on like some Jacob Collier shit when he was doing this, because he does like those crazy pyramids and like all those crazy chords in his vocal work. And that's what I'm feeling here. So let's see. Let's work on this transition. I'll set the volume a little bit so that the transition comes through cleanly, and I'll put all the dynamics on everything right now, all the way over to the ad-libs. I already know on the ad-libs I'm gonna do a little bit of a radio effect, so I'm gonna pull this higher and then do like a high cut, something like that, maybe a little bit less low, so that the ad-libs can sound unique. We'll come back to that as well. I was on the right track, right? Okay, yeah. And this is great. This is why you gotta name your tracks, because when I'm switching back and forth between my edit view and my mix view, I would have to just search through all of these to figure out which one was the ad-libs. I just named this so I knew it was that one. All right, cool. Let's hear through to see if the dynamics worked well on all of it.
Please go find your, let go of everything that pushes you out of your purpose, and let go of everything that pushes you out of your purpose, and let go of that voice that tells you're not enough. You fill the room with love. Nothing can stop when you just let it be. Let it be. Everything else comes easy when you just fall back. Ain't nothing compared to that. Go find your peace. When you just let it be. Let it be. Everything else comes easy when you just fall back. Ain't nothing compared to that.
Now I heard the ad-libs, they were kind of crushed because I did that EQ thing to them, so I'm going to bring them up a little bit.
When you just let it be, everything else comes easy when you just fall back. Easy, easy, easy. Fall back. Easy.
Cool, I like that. Oh wait, I was muted when I said that. I'm gonna play through everything real quick, specifically in this section, just so that I can get the levels set on all the faders, and then we'll get into the fun vocal effect, the effect processing.
Out of your purpose, and let go of that voice, and let go of that voice that tells you're not enough. You fill the room with love. Not enough. You fill the room with love. No. You fill the room with love. You fill the room with love.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little bit of spreading so that this is even more full. If you're listening with like headphones or something, you can hear them spread out to both your ears, and it'll sound like more full, because the main verse and the double will be right down the center. And I'm gonna even do the same thing with this end part here. I'm gonna spread out. I'm gonna keep this piece, the piece part. I'm gonna keep those in the center, and then I have 4 other harmonies. So let's hear what these harmonies are like. Your. Okay, so the high ones, I'm gonna see what this sounds like. I'm gonna send them all the way left and all the way right, and then these lower harmonies, I'm gonna pull them like halfway to the left. Your. Please go find your. Let go. Please go find your. Let go of everything that. Please go find your. Let go of everything that pushes you out of your purpose, and let go of that voice that tells you're not enough. You fill the room with love. Nothing can stop when you just let it be. Let it be. Everything else comes easy. When you just fall back. Ain't nothing compared to that. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your. All right, yeah, whoa, that is awesome.
And this is just the oh, that's amazing.
Dynamics?
Yeah.
This is just dynamic. There's no effects on this yet.
This is just the beginning. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is just the start of it. And believe me, if we had like a whole day to work on this, this would be insane. This is kind of like the intro to like speed running Logic. It's like I'm trying to set records out here. All right. Let's see. I think that's pretty good. I'm just gonna clean up a little bit of like these silences. I have fades on just about everything. These fades are just for like the end of clips, are sometimes like cut and there's still audio occurring. For instance, if I were to zoom in really, really close, there's still audio occurring on this track right here. So it doesn't what's called cross at a zero crossing, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's the actual terminology. But yeah, it's if there's still audio occurring when the clip starts or ends, you're gonna get a pop, or what's called an artifact. You'll get like pops and clicks, and the way of fixing that is to just draw in these little fades here, so that it smoothly comes in and out. I'm gonna put that on everything just to make sure. Put it everywhere. We need it. That's there. That's there. End of this. We're gonna clip that. Beginning of this. End of this as well. Yeah, all right, cool. So we're good here with that. Let's, I'm trying to think of what else I could maybe do. I definitely want to, let me listen to these again. You fill the room with love. Yeah, I'm gonna write some notes on these. I'm just gonna say space verb. That's kind of like what I call like really, really spacious reverbs, and that's what I'm gonna put on most of these harmonies and these doubles, just so that I remember in the future. I can't really spell. Space verb and space verb. I love spelling. That's a slash. All right. So yeah, that's it. And that's simply just panning and dynamics. We have, like I said in the last Cookup, I have my presets set up automatically with these 2 buses on them that have reverb for my drum kit and a distortion for my drum kit. We'll see if we use that. Probably not, just for the sake of keeping them the vocals separate from the drums. I don't want them interfering too much. And if I'm not using them for my drums, which I don't think I am, yeah, I'm not. So I'll either just delete these or I'll just utilize those buses somewhere else in the project. And yeah, that's kind of it with dynamics, I think. I'll end up mixing the faders, like choosing the actual levels of the faders in a minute once I get through the effects. So let me just play it through real quick again.
Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your. Let go of everything that pushes you out of your purpose, and let go of that voice that tells you're not enough. You fill the room with love. Nothing can stop when you just let it be. Let it be. Everything else comes easy. When you just fall back, ain't nothing compared to that. Go find your. Let it be. Everything else comes easy. When you just fall back, comes easy. When you just fall back, ain't nothing compared to that. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your.
All right, that's it for dynamics. I really like that. I just wrote down a note for the ad libs to make them spread because I don't have a double for them. I can't pan left and right separately on them, so I'm just gonna send them to a spreader plugin. And yeah, I think that's it for that. We'll move on to effects really quick, but before we do that, I'm gonna have Kamal sit here and I'm gonna ask him a couple questions. I'm gonna interrogate him and try to get you guys some information on like the lyrics and like what he thought about them and like some influences that he has. So Kamal, hop on up here. There you go. What's up, IG Live? You still popping out? Oh yeah, IG Live still popping.
Hey,
all right. So what I want to know is what is like the vibe that you got from the song, and like what inspired you to write about like finding your peace with this song?
When I heard the song, it gave me very chill vibes. It gave me like windows down, going down the road, just like chilling, or like doing homework and you're listening to some chill music, and that's kind of what made me even think about peace. I was like, now let me write about what I'm feeling. And yeah, I just think it's very important for us as humans, as individuals, to just, want to focus on just finding things that make us happy and not always stressing about things. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really wholesome, man. And yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I was going for with the beat too. I definitely felt that like with the guitar. Guitar makes me feel like really free and peaceful and open. So that's cool. I'm glad that you could capture that with your lyrics too. That's awesome. The next part is I know you mentioned a little bit of your influence when you were talking about like layering your vocals. Could you talk more about that again?
Yeah, so actually the two people that are like my biggest artists and musical influence are Beyonce and Brandy. And with those two R&B artists, they literally stack like crazy. They go crazy with their stacks. And Brandy, she's infamous for stacking her vocals a lot and adding different harmonies and playing with timing and like minor notes. So yeah, those are the two artists who really influenced me when it comes to creating different harmonies and stacks. So
that's awesome. Yeah, it's really interesting to see if you get to see like artists break down their songs or like the engineers break down songs. It's amazing how much goes into it. Like you think that they're just singing on the mic, boom, then that's it. They walk out the studio, walk in, get paid, but nah, they're putting in the work and they're layering and just recording nonstop about that stacking vocal stuff. I really fuck with it. It's really a good strategy because it adds more depth, I think. Like you can't just like copy a vocal and then put it on there and call it a stack. That's just gonna make it louder. So like adding a couple of your own voices on top of it, music technology allows us to do that, which is a really cool effect that we can have. So yeah, that's awesome that you draw influence from them. The last thing I wanted to ask you had to do with where do you find yourself like at Oswego? Like what brought you to like singing? Like how does like your place at Oswego inspire you and lift you up to a place where you can sing?
In regards to Oswego, I think Oswego is a very good environment if you're a person who likes to take control, or if you're a person who likes to like make your own path. And I think when I got here, it was very cool that I had there was a lot of different resources that I went to, like gospel choir. When I was there, it was amazing that like I went in there and like felt at home and got to like experience the love. So as far as the environment here, it's very good at giving you the foundation, and then you just have to like take that foundation and then start building stuff. And I'm a very realist type of person, where when things bad happen or if I take an L, I'm just like, all right, on to the next. Or what did I learn from that? So I had a lot of L's being here, but what helped me push past that was knowing that I can learn from that and grow from that. So when it comes to music and singing, you know, instead of comparing myself to other singers or other artists, I figure out what makes me unique and what I can do, and then I operate on that. So I know I like doing stacking. I love, you know, doing riffs and runs and all that stuff. So I'm like, all right, instead of thinking about all the things that make me not a good singer or things that I compare myself to, let me think of my strengths. So
yeah, that's exactly my experience at Oswego for sure. Like you can definitely take control and focus on your strengths and build up from that. And it's awesome because it leads you to crazy opportunities like
this.
Like this, exactly. I wouldn't have even dreamed of doing something like this, and it's allowed me to reach out to people like you and just make connections like that and make awesome music. So yeah, thanks so much, man.
Thank you.
All right, that was Interrogation by Aidan. Nah, I don't know. I'm gonna need like some kind of scene that like I can click through. That's gonna be like this like crazy intro, like some explosions, like interview, something like that. I don't know. Maybe we could get Kato to make me a tag for that. He's got a good narration voice. Sick. I'm happy as fuck with this. Excuse my language. Sorry. We're gonna get demonetized. We're not monetized anyway. We swear on our songs. Sick. Let me start the effects. It's my favorite part. So the first thing I'm going to do is some reverb, and I'm going to select everything here, and I'm going to send them all, everything but the ad-libs, because I want the ad-libs to maybe have their own thing. A lot of times I'll leave ad-libs and doubles separate from the effects that I put on the main vocals. However, a lot of this song is doubles, so I don't want to exclude them, except for the harmonies. The harmonies I definitely wanted to do unique reverbs on. So for these harmonies, double. Okay. So everything but the harmonies will go to this reverb. It's going to be on bus 4. Bring them up just a little bit. And then we're going to go over to bus 4 and name this, wait, is this bus? No, this is bus 4. Stereo. Send it to the main bus so that y'all can hear it. And then we're just going to name this core verb, just for the core reverb. And I'm going to do what I said. I'm going to drag the Abbey Road plate over here because we're not using this bus at all. Just so that we know I'm going to keep that muted. The Abbey Road's plate reverb, and I'm gonna do the vocal plate. Yes, thank you, bro. Thank you. My brother's reminding everybody in chat and on IG Live, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying all this content. Only a small percentage of our viewers are actually subscribed, so we would really really appreciate it if y'all subscribe. You can always unsubscribe later, and it's free to subscribe, so keep in touch with our content. That is my true YouTube intro. Yeah, let's get on with it. Thank you, Cal, for reminding me. Man, my brother is running up the chat. Y'all better hold him down or like try to compete with him, because he's kicking y'all butts in the chat right now. He's getting all those viewer points. I don't know if YouTube even has those, but Man, he's winning. All right, got that reverb set. Let's hear how that reverb sounds with the chorus in the beginning.
Go find your peace. 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 Go find your
All right, so now everything but the harmonies are on this little reverb plate, which I like. It's not too spacious. It just gives a little bit of like rebounding off of the walls and stuff. It sounds like, I don't know, like a really tight like tile kind of room. Vocal plates are like synthetic reverbs, kind of. They're like just like devices, I guess, that cause reverb, rather than using like a reverb chamber that simulates like being in different rooms. For instance, like a church or a concert hall or a bathroom that has wood on it, or a bathroom that has tile on it, or something like that. So yeah, I really like vocal plates because they're synthetic and they're highly controllable, and they aren't too spacious. They just give you like really good control over how much reflection you want in the vocal. So now in terms of the harmonies, I'm gonna make another reverb track or bus, and I'm gonna leave the ad-libs out of that for now. Bus 5. Bring those up to like 22 or something. What is that on? Yeah, 22. And then I'm gonna make this the space verb. Send this to bus hundo so we can all hear it. And then for this one, I'm gonna actually use a default plugin that comes with, not a default, but a stock plugin that comes with Logic called Chromaverb. Make sure it's in stereo so that I can use the stereo version. Chromaverb is really nice. And like I was saying, this is something that you can choose, kind of like synthetic sounds, like a strange room has like, or like a digital sound, or like a synth hall. Like some of these things, like digital and strange, are not actual rooms. Like bloomy is just an adjective used to describe that, but like other sounds like theater, concert hall, chamber, these are actual rooms that is kind of replicating that. So I want to use, I think I want to use a chamber. Or maybe Bloomy. Bloomy sounds like a cool preset. I'll use that and see what the settings are on. Pre-delay, I like to have at like 10 milliseconds. The decay, I'll leave at 1. This wet dry is not going to be touched. It'll be 100% wet because it's on a bus. If this was on the track itself, it would be 100% dry, and then you can control how much reverb you want, like this. And I know that was kind of blocked by my face, but yeah, the dry and the wet are controllable, whether it's on the track or the bus. It's on the bus, leave it wet. We can also change this EQ here to kind of, we don't want any reverb to be going, to be affecting his lower register. We just kind of want these highs, and unfortunately this Bloomy preset kind of cut those, but that's okay because we can change them. Let's just see how that sounds, and we'll tweak it a little bit more.
Go find your, go find your.
No, I don't like that preset. We're gonna do chamber, because I know chambers. We need a little bit more send to the buses here. Cool, that's really reflective. That's kind of what I was going for. In fact, maybe a little bit more distance from that, and then a higher density. And then I'm just gonna bring these highs back up because those were soft as hell. All right, let's see that. Nice. All right, let's see how that sounds in context to the sound, to the song.
Go find your peace. Go find your. Go find peace. Go find your peace. Go find your. Let go.
That's dope. It actually, like, the decay covers this little gap here when the beat cuts out, so it kind of like tails off right through the gap into the verse, which is exactly what I wanted.
Peace, go find your. Let go of everything that is. Go find your. Let go of everything that pushes you out of your purpose, and let go of that voice that tells you're not enough. You fill the room with love. Nothing can stop when you just let it be. Let it be. Everything else comes easy when you just fall back. Ain't nothing compared to that. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your. Go find your. Please go find your. Let go of everything that.
All right, nice. I like those reverbs. The next thing I'm gonna do is the ad libs here. I'm gonna send these ad libs to that the core verb, just because I definitely do like it. It's on the wrong spot. And then I'm gonna also send it to a spreader, which is called the S1 Imager, so that we can get a little bit of depth on this, these ad libs as well. Send those to bus 6. I'll put that pretty high because I want a lot of signal going through that. So we'll name this spread. Make that stereo. Find the S1 Imager, there it is. And then what I do is just send the width just like that and leave it.
Easy, easy. Fall back. Nothing can stop when you. Everything else comes easy when you just fall back. Ain't nothing compared to that. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your.
The last thing I'm thinking of is a delay. Maybe during this part of the verse, or even like on some doubles, because I didn't do much unique things with the doubles, but we'll see. I just need to listen to it and think of something.
Let go of everything that pushes you out of your purpose, and let go of that voice that tells you're not enough. You fill the room with love. Nothing can stop when you just let it be. Everything else comes easy when you just fall back.
Yeah, I'm gonna add a delay here. I'm gonna make it really very, very subtle, and I'm not gonna duck it either. Ducking vocals is the process of, for instance, if you added a delay onto a vocal and you want only, like when you put the delay on it, the delay will occur all throughout the vocals while it's happening, so it'll sound kind of jumbled because you'll say something like hello, and then it'll be saying hello, 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 and fading off. But if you say something after that, like hello, my name is, while I'm saying my name is, it's just going to be saying hello, hello. It's gonna sound all jumbled. So what you can do is you can add a compressor before the delay and sidechain it, so that way when the signal of the original vocal is happening, it's kind of like the gate. It won't let the delay happen until the vocal is done. So it'll duck and hide, be quiet until it's softened up, and the gate allows it, or the side chain allows the delay through. So as I just explained that, I'm not going to even do that because I want it to be really, really subtle and just kind of like fluttering back and forth, ping-ponging during this verse, so that it sounds more full, because there's no doubles or harmonies on this verse. First part of the verse. I keep muting myself, my bad. So yeah, I'm gonna add that real quick. Find the H delay. And I also want a little bit of like stereo spreading with it. That's what the ping pong will help me with, is it'll bounce the delay back and forth pretty quickly. And maybe we'll do like 1/8 instead of like a quarter note. We'll do an eighth note, and then make the feedback pretty low, and then give it a sort of like radio quality as well by turning the filters up and down. That's a little high. Keep the analog off, and then yeah, let's see what this is like on, what did I put on the verse? Okay.
Let go of everything that pushes you out of your purpose.
Yo,
I love that.
that's sick. The mix between the reverb and that delay is awesome. I like that so much. I might put it on this main Go Find Your and see what that's like, and then I'll put it on the, what did I set that to? That was a perfect level, 16. I'll put it on Peace as well.
Go find your peace. 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 Go find your
I kind of like it. I might turn it down a little bit, just because it sounds like slightly cluttered, and that's kind of what I was not going for. So I'm gonna turn these down slightly more than what the verse is at, to about like 19 and a half. And I'm also gonna put it on, gotta stop doing that. I'm gonna put it on, I put it on this verse. I'm gonna put it on this verse as well. It should sound pretty good on this part, because it sounded good on the other verse. Put this up to 16. And then I'll put it on this pre-chorus as well. Man, delay is like magic. All right, let's see how that sounds.
And let go of that voice that tells you're not enough. You fill the room with love. Nothing can stop when you let it be. comes easy. You just fall. When you just let it be. Everything else comes easy. When you just fall back, ain't nothing compared to that.
I'm gonna make it a little bit quieter on this verse part because his dynamics are pretty high. And now that I'm thinking about this, I need to check the compressor to make sure that it's not clipping or anything, and that I'm not crushing his voice too much, because he gets louder and it's a lot more strong in this section, and I don't want to over compress it and make it sound crushed.
And let go of that voice that tells you're not enough. You fill the room with love. Nothing can stop when you.
So yeah, I clipped a little bit. I'm gonna pull the output down slightly, make it quieter, because I know it clipped on the output. And then in turn, I'll turn up the input slightly more. And then check that one more time.
And let go of that voice that tells you're not enough. You fill the room with love. Nothing can stop when you let it be. And let go of that voice that tells you're not enough. You fill the room with love. Nothing can stop when you.
That's a little better. So now I can adjust this fader, and then I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna check all the transitions. While I'm doing this, everybody, please think of some questions you may have for me, that you may have for Kamal, and I will answer those. And I'll also do a beat breakdown, because I'm not forgetting that this time. I will do it. I promise. Let me just check these transitions. Think of some questions you might have for us, and I'll check them in chat really quick.
Pushes you out of your purpose, and let go of that voice that tells purpose, and let go of that voice that tells you're not enough. You fill the room with love. Nothing can stop when you just let it be. Everything else comes easy. When you just fall back, ain't nothing compared to that. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your.
All right, one more quick run through.
Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your. Let go of everything that pushes you out of your purpose, and let go of that voice that tells you're not enough. You fill the room with love. Nothing can stop when you just let it be. Everything else comes easy. When you just fall back, ain't nothing compared to that. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your peace. Go find your.
All right, that is it. I don't see any questions in chat. Let me just read what Kato said. Ain't someone need to come hire you? Yeah, bringing someone way to gaming features. Thank you, Kato. Thank you so much, man. You're a real big supporter of my talent, and I really appreciate the kind words, man. Awesome. I think really quick, I'm going to give this a little beat breakdown, tell you guys what went into making this, and really not a lot. It was just I don't even know how long this beat took me, maybe like 20 minutes to make, because it all started with this guitar sample right here. I found this in a loop kit that I actually bought, and it came with a bunch of like crazy guitar sounds, and I love working with guitar loops because I don't have anyone that I know plenty of people that play guitar, but I haven't been able to have the time to like come and get people to record guitar with me. So I have all these loops of guitar. So I was experimenting with this one, and I really liked it. It's in the key of F minor, and you've heard it all throughout the song, so I'm not gonna like signal it out and play it. But a few things that I did is like during these beat cuts, I added like a little slowdown. Stuff like that, just to give it a little character. And other than that, I didn't really touch it that much. I just put it in there, let it play, and I was so inspired when I first heard it that I just immediately started making this drum kit, because that's my main passion, is just making drums for beats. And on top of that, I added a couple other things. So some of the drum pieces that I used, my keyboard is it hooked up? Oh no, I could just click it, but I used these drum pieces, which are also from the same loop pack, this big kit that I bought, and I just pulled them in here, and it took me a lot longer to find the sample, like the sounds that I was going to use, than it did to actually put them in and make like a flow to them. So these are the sounds I used. So yeah, a lot of like reverberous kind of snares like this and that add to the difference between like the actual verses and the hook and the breaks itself, where I just used this kind of like flat snare. And during the verses and the main parts of the beat where it actually drops in, I added these as like kind of like counter rhythms and like kind of offbeat touches. So like you can hear those on the downbeats. And yeah, so that was the beat, and I added in these hi-hats with a couple rolls here, and it stayed pretty consistent. I didn't do anything faster than these 32 rolls. And yeah, I added one major thing that you guys definitely heard is this automation. You can see all these blue lines. This is me automating the mute button on all of the tracks, and it's easier for me to just automate the mute rather than actually cutting it. And you can see when I'm in the mute, it'll mute everything, and then it'll quickly come back in just for these like beat breaks that are really powerful, and it draws more attention to the vocals. So yeah, I really like doing stuff like that. There's a couple of those throughout the beat. On top of that, the drums, I added this 808, which is kind of, I think it's a gliding 808 that I pulled in here. Is there any glide? No, there's no glide on it, but it's pretty basic. There's only 2 notes that I used, and it goes along in with the key of the guitar. So yeah, and then the other thing that I added was this synth from Alchemy. It's really, really tight because it's a really powerful synth. I didn't want anything else kind of getting in the way, or I didn't want this getting in the way of anything else, so I made sure I chose exactly the frequencies that I wanted this synth to go at. And it has, I'm pretty sure it has a slow attack, which means, yeah, the attack is really, really slow. So that means when you press a key, it takes a little while for it to actually appear, so it'll take a second for it to actually make noise. So I'll press it right now. So it kind of builds up slowly because the attack is so slow, and that's what I did on these chords. And then the last thing I added was this Nexus sound. Just to add kind of like a spacey sound, and it's so simple. I just wanted to add some more elements during this break. I didn't want this guitar to just be alone because it's carrying the whole song, and it's just repeated through. So I wanted some other element in here, and I found this cool sounding little key, and put that in there with this little bouncy little step down and a little step up, and yeah, that's it. That's the whole beat and the whole song with the vocals. And yeah. So, thank you everybody for popping out to watch this live stream on YouTube and Instagram Live. We thank you all for your support, for your participation. It really keeps us afloat. It keeps us going, keeps me inspired to keep doing these, because I love to see that people are popping out to see this and learning a little bit and just enjoying some music while we're making it. So yeah, without further ado, I'm Aidan Haeger. This is the DMA. Thank you again for watching the Beat Cookup series. Thank you to Kamal for popping out and giving us a fire song. And we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you in 2 weeks when we have the next Beat Cookup with Jared and Eric.